Welcome back, everybody. Great to have you here this week on the Integrative Health Coach Success Podcast. I'm excited to share with you what I believe will be the very best and fastest way to create a social media post. So why this is so important is because you want to look at it this way. Many of us want to build up a successful career, right? And there's many different ways to do that, but it all boils down to this. First, you need to have your certifications, whatever else it is. That's a prerequisite, right? So we won't call that step one. We're going to call that prerequisite. Prerequisite, get your health coaching certification, massage, your degree, your integrative, whatever it is that you want, right? Get that certification. Okay, so then what do you need to do? Do clients automatically come to you, right? Do they knock on your virtual door and say, hey, I want to sign up, right? No, they have to find out about you, right? So the very first step that we know that we need to do, and I've got a whole podcast that kind of lists those 5 steps. We'll link that up today at episode 246. You can go to ihp.coach/246. The very first thing that you need to do, though, is let people know that you exist. That is the first thing to do. So even before you get your certification, even before you're ready to start taking clients, my highest recommendation is to begin to build an audience, a community, people that follow you. Social media is just the easiest way. But even if you do lunch and learn talks that we talk about, inside of BME, or you want to do, speaking events, you want to do whatever it is that you want to do, you should still have a social media presence. Even if you don't like social media, that's okay. Think of it as your new business card, right? What is your business card? Social media, right? It can be any account that you want. Instagram account, that's typically one of the most common. Could be some other account as well. That will change in the coming years. There's no doubt about it. A Twitter account, whatever it is that you're looking for, right? But think of it this way. People hear you at a talk. They hear you speak. You do a podcast interview. You wrote a book, whatever it might be. They're going to go look you up on social media. See if you're real, right? See what you're all about. They want to hear a little bit more. Not just about that topic. They want to see what you're all about. So that's where they go. Now, they're going to go to your feed, call it what you will, right? Those are all of your posts. They could be audio, they could be written, they could be infographic, they could be video, whatever it might be. And they're going to scroll through. And if you just start your practice and you just started social media, you have 3 posts, right? So it's better to start. When should you start? Well, yesterday, but today's a good day to start as well, right? That's always the case. So then you have to say, well, it takes me a long time to write a social media post. And the whole reason I'm doing this here today is we just actually finished up IHP Mastery and IHP BME, which is just Business Mentorship Experience. They don't start for another few months, not until January. But what I wanted to share with you is this, is that one of the common things that we got, because our whole goal is to get people started, is that they say, it takes me a long time to write a social media post. And I said, I get it. I understand. Here is the fastest way that I've ever learned, was told, was taught. I don't know. I'm sure I wasn't the one who came up with this, so I just don't want to take credit for it. I'm sure someone else came up with it, is that all you need to do is think about what are the most common questions you're asked by friends and family and coworkers, or even questions that you have about health or wellness, or particularly your niche, because you want a niche. And we have a whole lot of podcasts on that as well. So all you're going to do is just take everything that's in your mind that you can think of question-wise and write them down on a numbers document or Excel spreadsheet or a Word document or whatever. That's all you're going to do. So get them all out of your head, right? So you can say, clients ask me all the time, what should I drink upon waking? Do you really need 8 glasses of water per day? What time should you go to bed? What's the best supplement to take for stress? Is it better to use whey protein powder or plant-based protein powder? Should you be snacking or not snacking? Is it best to skip breakfast? You can literally just come up with all the different questions that people ask, right? That's it. That is your first step. What's your second step? The second step is you answer that question. That is extremely valuable. Now, not only do you have an easy way to write a social media post, but it's not about you in the social media post. You have a way of helping someone else answer a question based on their concern. They start to go to you and look to you as the expert. After that, they then may click the link in your bio, go to your website, set up that free consultation. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. But that is the absolute simplest way to do it. Now, if you want to refine it even more, think about your niche. Your niche may be, and I just wrote this down because I'm going to give you an even faster way to do this. Let's say your niche is digestion. Okay. So you might say, let me think about all the questions someone may ask about their digestion. Why do I get burping? Why do I get bloating? Why do I get gas? Why do I get constipation? Why do I get loose stool? Why can I only eat a few different foods? What are the most common food sensitivities? Why do I get skin rashes when I eat the wrong foods? Do foods cause histamine issues? Do the wrong foods cause headaches? Why do I get tired after meals? Do you see how I can just rattle off these questions, and so can you, right? These are all questions that you would get around digestion and bloating. What are the best foods to stop bloating? What are the most common foods that cause bloating, right? And how many hours should I eat between meals not to get bloated? And that's all around bloating. And so I'm going to share with you a website that, I'll be honest, I don't go to as often, because when I've worked with clients and I read comments, which you should do too, and I'll give you that tip in just a moment, that's my source. That is my source of all the different questions. But when you're first starting out, you're first starting out. And you might say, I don't even get that many questions. I get it. I understand. This is a great website to use. It's called answerthepublic.com. We've shared it inside of IHP Mastery, but you may not have heard of it if you weren't a part of that. Answerthepublic.com. And all you need to do is type in a word like bloating. And what it will do, and this one shows 91 questions. And the 91 questions it shows by popularity as well. So what are you going to do? You're going to ask the question that are least popular that never get asked? No. You'll actually go to the little heat map that it shows and start to write down the ones that are the most popular that people ask. And so when you do that, I'm just going to look at the list right now. It says, let's see here. What causes bloating? What can cause bloating? What causes bloating and gas? What causes bloating and acid reflux? What can cause bloating in pregnancy? Can I get rid of bloating? Is bloating a sign of? Why bloating happens? Which foods cause bloating? Which causes bloating in lymph nodes? Is it common to get bloated easily? So like you can literally go, and that was what I read off about 7 or so of 91. What causes bloating in the lower abdomen? What causes bloating and nausea? So you can just go through this, and you can even get even a little bit less refined if you want. Just type in digestion, and you'll get much more varied response around digestion. So this is an easy way for you to start to get to your topics. And then here's how I want you to answer that. Even if you don't want to do a video, I recommend doing a video. And here's why. From a video on your phone, you can just take then the written word from that. You really can. And I want you to practice being on video. That means nothing fancy. I'm holding up my cell phone right now for those of you watching this on video. All you need to do is put this in a ring light and you're good to go. Like that's really it. You'll look your best. You'll feel good. It'll come out good. You're within just a few feet. And all I want you to do is create an answer in less than 60 seconds. That's it. And then you can write on it, what causes bloating and gas? Or top foods that prevent bloating. And you might just say, so here's an example, just off the top of my head. What's the number one food to reduce bloating and gas? And you can choose whatever one you want, right? Just say this. And I'll state it when I start. All right, I get this question a lot from clients when I'm working on them. They always ask me, what is the top food that causes bloating and gas? And I like to share with them that there isn't necessarily one food that can prevent bloating and gas, but one of the best things that I've seen in my practice is actually to have a small cup of hot ginger tea with their meals. What does that do? Well, the heat actually improves digestion because you want to actually bring more heat and stomach acid to the stomach to break down the foods so they don't stay in there as long, so it doesn't cause bloating, gas, fermentation, which is what you might be feeling. Plus, the ginger itself is amazing for the digestive system. Not only that, but for the liver and kidneys. So the next time you have a whole food meal, pour yourself a hot cup of tea, make that tea a ginger tea. Let me know how it worked for you in the comments. That's it. That's the whole 60 seconds. Now, I've done thousands of those. I would expect you probably do it better than me, honestly, in the future. There's no doubt about that because everybody has their own voice. But practice, right? Practice. And then if you don't like yourself on video, because that's the easiest way to bang these out in, a minute, right? How long would it take? You're going to write down all the different causes for digestive issues. Then another day, what you can do is how many in 30 minutes can you get done? You probably get 10 videos done, honestly, right? Okay. So now you have at least 10 days of content because maybe you post daily, maybe you post every other day, but I would say post daily, right? Monday through Friday. So then you have Monday through Friday. So you have 2 weeks of content in one 30-minute block with 60-second videos. And it's just going to take some practice just to allow it to flow. And it can be longer than 60 seconds, but people like short videos. So the last thing I want to share with you is this, is that if you don't like yourself on video, it's okay, but I think you'll overcome that, right? Because you know that you're helping people, which is what it's all about. But at least with you talking it through, or even if not, all you have to do is this. Make a slide. You can do it in a Word document, make it a square. You can use Canva. You can use a lot of these programs. You can even just use it inside of Instagram and then screenshot it and keep it as a square. And you just want to state the question. What is the best food to prevent bloating and gas? And then you just leave it like that on a nice colorful background or vary the colors of the background, and then post your answer in your post, right? So I would put a nice colorful background, some reds and yellows and purples mixed together maybe, and then just on top of it, what's the top food for preventing bloating and gas? And then I would just write out my answer that I just said to you above. I get this question all the time from clients, and then I just go boom, and then write out my answer. And you can even voice text it if you want. And then all you have to do is clean it up. That's your post. That is literally it. I know that you can do one post a day in 30 minutes maximum using the answer the public or your own questions that you get, voice text or video, clean it up, put it in the post itself, and then get it out there in social media. You will start to share and show your expertise. People will begin to comment slowly but surely. It will happen. When people comment and they comment back with a question, you can answer it if you'd like, but a little pro tip here, see if they want to get on a call with you for a complimentary consultation to see if you might be a good fit for them as a health coach. Check this out, try it out, let us know other tips you have as well as how this worked for you. Thanks so much, everybody. And for the additional follow-up shows, head on over to ihp.coach/246. That is today's show notes page with the 3 big takeaways. Plus, you can learn a lot more about the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute if you don't already know what we're all about. Take care, everybody.